daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in entertainment. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm Britt Morin.
I'm Allie Colbert.
And I'm Lucas Tim. Hi,
Woo,
everyone.
welcome, guys.
Hey!
Today, we're going to talk about the new teaser for Toy Story 4 and rapper Travis Scott's Delivery Room Freakout. Plus, the legendary Radio City Rockettes join the table to discuss the 2018 Christmas Spectacular.
Woo!
I love those high-kicking ladies.
Yes. But first, Thanksgiving season is upon us next week. Can you believe next week?
No.
And we have the floats, as I mentioned before, from the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. How gorgeous are these
cute.
floats? I love them.
Hi, Pikachu.
And since Thanksgiving is the busiest travel weekend of the year, so it can be incredibly stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Britt & Co joins us today to show you how to keep your holiday travels stress-free.
Hey,
Hello.
Britt.
Hi. So lots of people traveling. Busiest travel day of the year is actually the day before Thanksgiving.
Right, makes sense.
And all the flights are super expensive. So I brought a few little tips and tricks that I use if anyone is going to be traveling this year. Are you guys traveling?
Yeah.
I'm not.
You're not?
Oh,
You're traveling Friday.
I'm going to Brazil, but just for fun. Not to hang out with the
Okay, well that requires a lot of travel.
Yeah, that's a whole
so
different
this is
thing.
for you then. All right, cool. Well, the first thing I love, this is a little bit of a DIY idea, but making your own face mist, because you actually do, your skin dries out on the airplanes. All you have to do, these are like $1 at the dollar store, the health store, whatever. You just get a little bottle, put some distilled water, witch hazel, this is like the secret to life, witch hazel. This is actually a plant. It's both anti-inflammatory, so it can dry out the acne in your skin, but it also hydrates you at the same time. I don't get how that works.
Well, it's witch.
It's a witch hazel,
Yeah.
like a
It's
secret
magic,
potion.
yeah. Makes sense.
So witch hazel in the water, and then you can drop in any essential oil you want. I like to use lavender.
Good
and
call.
just like soothe a little bit, spray it on your pillow when you're sleeping or on a flight before you go. So that's your own DIY.
Perfect.
Face oil. A lot of people try to pack presents in their suitcases, which takes up all the room in your suitcase, and then you have no room for clothes. But it's actually sometimes more affordable to ship these ahead of time. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but like $20 to ship something versus $25 for checking an extra bag, like you can do the math. So always ship your presents if it makes sense. And then lastly, this is more for like if you have kids, but I pack their own outfits. Maybe this is a secret. I really do this, though. I put them in their own bags because then we like know exactly how many outfits they have, that they have all the matching little, kids' clothes are so little. Plus they can put them on by themselves every day while you're traveling.
Right.
So
Yeah,
you just like
that makes
hand
sense.
them the bag and be like, get dressed, and they can throw
That's
it.
cute. It's like meal planning.
Honestly,
I love that.
I'm 25, but I would still do this for my own outfit. Like, I need help sometimes.
It works.
I love how you were like, this is a tip, or maybe I'm just obsessive compulsive.
Well, I mean, a little bit. But
No, I know.
also, on the way back, when they're dirty, like, because kids' clothes get actually really dirty, you put them back in the bag so it doesn't get all the rest of your
That
stuff.
makes perfect
I'm
sense.
gonna one-up that and say stick a vacuum in there, suck out the air to make it
Yeah.
flatter so you can pack more.
Yeah. Do you like, they make
I
vacuum
actually,
bags,
I
too.
have those
Do you
ones
use
that you
those?
put them in, but then you roll out the air.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I love
Those
those.
help a lot, and I roll my clothes religiously.
I roll my clothes,
Yeah,
too.
it's like the only way to get maximum.
Yeah, and I stuff everything in my boots and shoes
Oh yeah,
that I
me too.
can't.
Socks,
Yeah.
belt,
Yeah.
underwear.
Rolling, right, is better than folding.
Yeah,
Rolling.
more
Yeah.
space.
Yeah. What other travel hacks do you guys have?
Well, Brittany and I were talking about how sometimes when you're traveling for the holidays and you want to bring gifts, an alternative could just be if you're ordering gifts online, shipping them directly to
That's what I do.
like
yeah.
Amazon or Target and just plugging in the address.
Because I have all these nieces and nephews, and they all want toys, and toys are so bulky. So if I'm buying on Target or Toys R Us, I'll just ship it to my mom's house, and then I get home a couple days before the holidays, and then I just wrap them when I'm there.
And a lot of people don't know you can even ship to a hotel even if you're leaving ahead of time. You just put your guest name on it, like your name, and then the date you're arriving, and they'll hold it for you behind the counter. Yeah.
Because traveling with presents, and especially like you shouldn't probably wrap your presents before you travel anyway, because the TSA, if they want to open it, they can, and then you're stuck repacking. So it's sort of like, I think the safest thing, just ship it.
Ship it.
Wow.
With Thanksgiving, though, I think it's always because you have to have like so many outfits to wear. Well, it's also my birthday. Mine's I'm the day after Thanksgiving this year, and luckily we're staying in New York.
Birthday
so I
outfits.
like a Thanksgiving outfit, then a birthday outfit. So I feel like I always overpack, which is my biggest curse, especially when I usually travel for Thanksgiving. I'm always overpacking stuff.
Right.
So that's always a tip I always like when people
in
tell me.
a bag.
Yeah, but I think that's good. Like putting out my outfits in little plastic bags so Luke knows what to wear each day.
Speaking of outfits, so there's this thing called the turtle pillow
Yes.
scarf. Have you seen this
I have
thing
one.
on Amazon? I think we have photos of it. It's like $30. It has almost 3,000 reviews on Amazon. It is the first scientifically proven neck pillow that you can wrap around your neck like a scarf, but it has all of these like ergonomic foam things inside of it, so your neck can just fall at whatever position.
Yeah.
So you don't need the airplane seat or anything like
that.
that.
It's
For planes?
essentially like a neck brace. So this side, I have one, I love it. It's plastic and it's U-shaped, so it fits perfectly into your neck.
Yeah.
And then you wrap it around and you can cover your mouth if you drool. Because I drool.
Well, I'm obsessed with the travel pillow that everyone knows, like the U shape.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's,
but so this packs
This
up.
seems better.
in
this
like,
is
know,
next
this looks
level.
better.
Yeah, this like tucks right in your bag. Those pillows you have to like awkwardly
I
like
know,
shove
it's
into
a
your
mess.
backpack.
And they're easy to steal, right?
As
Allie,
we
in a
know.
horrible
I'm
situation
so
where a
upset.
woman stole
Yeah.
her neck
does
pillow.
that?
I know, right? An animal.
Absolute animal.
But anyways, I feel like even if you don't buy this to use in your travels, you should gift it to somebody because
Yes.
it's
I
that
co-sign
awesome.
for it.
Yeah.
That has changed my life.
Yeah.
I would always, even those regular pillows, I would still get a crank neck. Always.
Wait,
This,
what are
it's
good,
like, wow.
what are good gifts?
Ooh.
yeah.
Whoa. Well, who are we shopping for? we got kids, we got sisters, we got
I want to know, like,
besties.
sister. Yeah, like, let's do sisters.
Well, like, okay, sisters. Well, I like personalized gifts.
Okay.
But you don't have to make it yourself. There's actually this funny thing on Etsy, a pet pillow. You can send them a photo of your dog or your cat, and then they will make a pillow that looks like it, which is mostly just hilarious to give somebody.
know it
But
is.
also, there are the people who really love their dogs.
My
and
mom
cats.
would love it.
Yeah, so like, it's
Or
actually
your
one of the
sisters can
most.
get that for you.
Right. That's why I'm asking. Yeah.
It's like a top trending item on the internet right now
Okay.
as holiday shopping approaches. But, you know, I like anything. I mean, if you can make it, that gives it a personal touch. Like, whenever I bought my mom a necklace, she would, like, sort of wear it once or twice and then throw it away. But when I made her one, she wears it every time I see her now.
That's
I don't know if you're, like, into that stuff, though, if you want me to
yeah,
make
yeah.
it for you.
Right, I might need to have you make it.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are
Exactly.
good ideas.
Yeah, I love it.
That's so cool. Well, in other news, Toy Story is taking fans to infinity and beyond. Pixar just dropped the first teaser trailer for Toy Story 4, which will see the return of beloved characters Woody and Buzz Lightyear with a new toy in town known as Forky. The film hits theaters June 2019.
The panic is attacking me! Oh boy, golly, Bob, howdy! I'm not a toy!
Hey, somebody get him before he pokes an eye out.
Woo! Toy Story.
Wow.
Are we excited?
I love Toy Story.
Right, yeah. I think we need to talk about the
You
big
talk.
elephant in the room.
Is that Forky's not a fork?
He's a sport.
He's a fork,
He is a
What's
sport.
happening?
which is not as impressive.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why they call. Maybe that's why they call him Forky. Maybe that adds to sort of his identity
Right.
as Forky.
Well, why
To
not
be a fork.
Sporky?
He's been a spork and he aspires to be a fork.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or was he actually originally a spoon, and we're gonna find out that someone cut the little top off? They were like this. Maybe it's like another kid situation
Yeah.
where they created a toy because those aren't his real arms. Let's
Right.
be honest.
Well, that's what he's. That's his whole identity. He
Let's
goes,
be
I'm not
honest
a
here.
toy. I don't belong here. I'm not a toy. So
Yeah.
I mean, Toy Story 4 really dives into the identity issues facing so many toys and
Toys.
appliances of the modern age. I'm very excited to see them explore
And it's
this.
been an issue that's been plaguing the toy community for
For
years.
years,
If
for
you think
years.
back to
Yeah.
the Island of Misfit Toys,
Yes.
it's always about fitting in, and
Yeah.
you don't have to fit in.
I've
Yeah.
read so many think pieces. about it. It's
Representation
really a tough
matters,
issue.
and this is gonna be a big deal. I mean, this is something they're making another movie. I mean, I kind of, on one hand, I've seen all the other three. They're all enjoyable. I think it's kind of cool that now so many generations of kids have Toy Story in their lives. They just keep making these forever. Of course, for us who are there with the original, like nothing can beat that. But
Right.
you have little kids. I'm assuming they're gonna love this. They love the other ones.
They've
They
only watched the original one, but we were
Oh.
Toy Story for Halloween last year. So
okay.
to dress my son up as Mr. Potato Head was like a moment in life I will never forget. But
How old was he? Did he look
he
like
was
a potato?
3. Yeah, up until kids turned 4, you can dress them in whatever you want.
Right.
So like
Right.
he had to be the potato.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was Jessie, the cool cowgirl.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Cast yourself as like.
Yeah.
As the lead.
You're like, guys, we're being Toy Story. I'm everything.
Exactly.
This is something that I always think about if or when I have children, is I want to make sure my kids see the classic like animated films.
Yeah.
Like, do you show them well, they're boys, so I don't.
They're
know.
all about Mickey Mouse. So
Okay.
that's,
Okay,
a,
that's
that's a
classic.
good thing. I mean, they love Cars. Is that classic?
That's classic.
No, that's not classic.
That's not classic.
Cars is classic for the kids who grew up watching Cars.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
Like
good
Toy
movie.
Story's only classic because we grew up watching it.
No, I'm talking about like original, like the OG Disney
Like
movies.
Little Mermaid.
Like Little Mermaid and that stuff. I realize boys might not watch that.
Well, it's more
some of
that
our boys
they
do.
don't have attention spans yet, so they're only 2 and 4.
Okay.
So, but like, I aspire to show them The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
At 4, my favorite movie was The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So
Right, like
some weird.
Like The Jungle Book, I think they would like. The Lion
Jungle
King, I think they would like.
Yes.
I don't know about the princess movies, but
Right, right,
sometimes
right.
boys are really into princesses. So
Yeah,
I think I have one boy who would be into it and one that wouldn't.
I love princesses, so we can talk.
But do we think that a 4th Toy Story needs to be made? I mean, the 3rd one seemed to have tied it all up in a nice little bow.
Yeah.
I thought that was the end. It felt appropriate.
But this isn't about necessity, it's about desire.
It's about money.
It's about money.
It's about money.
They
And
made
I
$2
didn't
billion.
watch the 3rd. I need to watch
The 3rd one
third.
was so good and so
I heard it was
heartfelt.
sad.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Would it be like Star Wars though, where there's 8 of them?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, at what
Like,
point does it become
This is like Toy Story
oh.
Episode 6.
Yeah.
And they released Toy Story, the sequel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, at least they're not rebooting it and changing what they look like. Because
Right.
I hate when they
Yeah.
do that, like Rugrats. Coming
Yeah.
back looking really whack. Like, I don't need that. Don't ruin my childhood.
I love Rugrats.
That's triggering. when they
Yeah,
do that.
original Rugrats, not the new Rugrats that are like, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the new Rugrats look like Pixar, right? They're like kind
Yeah.
of 3D and weird and too
Yeah.
high tech. I like crayon looking.
Well,
Yeah, I like how
Rugrats.
the original, the babies look kind of sick.
Right.
Now
Yeah.
they're like,
Tommy Pickles
Botox.
looked so sick.
Yeah, I was like, that baby needs to just be buried.
His
like,
head's
get rid
dented
of
too,
it,
yeah.
His
Well-
head was dented, yeah. They had character, those babies.
Totally.
Yeah.
Real character.
But yeah, I agree. Like, you know, even with the sequel, Mary Poppins coming out, at least in the trailer, you can see like the animated part from they kept from what the original one, how it's just
Yeah.
like, you know, like them in like cartoon drawings, which I like too. They're keeping the
Yeah.
feel of the original Mary Poppins. So it's good that Toy Story kind of still feels like Toy Story.
Will they ever do a non-cartoon version of Toy Story? Do you think that
Like a
could
live
happen?
action?
Well, that's the
live
thing I'm saying.
action
Yeah.
Toy
They
Story?
But how would they do
I
that?
don't know
Because
Forky, but like
toys
the dog
come
could
to life.
work.
Yeah.
Well,
Who
it's
would
like
you
how-
cast?
It's like Honey Shrunk the Kids. They would just make them smaller. Like they would use
Well,
camera.
they're doing live action Lion King, so it's still motion capture,
Yeah.
but it's still like, I guess it's still live action because they're gonna make the lions so
Yeah, but the
realistic.
whole thing about Toy Story is that it's about inanimate objects.
Right.
I understand.
That come to life when you're sleeping.
I just got that. I was like, damn. Because I was like, yeah, Justin Thoreau as Woody. We got it. I was trying to sexualize
Just wearing
his
gray
toys.
sweatpants.
Yeah. No
Jesse,
shirt. He's not even a
say-
cowboy
He's a
anymore.
sexy woman.
It's not even a cup.
Do you
Yeah.
guys
all
remember,
tatted up.
like, what were your favorite toys growing up?
Oh, okay. Mine's really nerdy, obviously. I spent a lot of time alone. No, there's this thing called 2XL, and it's this little robot.
This is so-
and
I had
know-
the dog.
No, it's like a little tiny robot called 2XL, and you would put cassette tapes in it, and you could push buttons A, B, C, or D, and it would ask you trivia questions, and you would answer
Oh,
it.
my
And then at
God.
the end, when the tape was over, it'd be like, okay, we're done playing, and then you'd let it go like 30 seconds, and it's like, seriously, we're done. And I like did it every time. I was like playing with 2XL.
Oh, that is such
so
a Britney
cute.
toy.
It was my like best friend. I know
You were
so
lonely,
much
weren't you?
trivia. No, I was just a nerd. I was like, it's teaching me things.
Right.
Oh my
loved
god.
it.
Wow.
I mean, I did the Tamagotchis.
Yeah.
But did you guys have a Baby Alive? These are the creepiest
A what?
dolls. It's called Baby Alive. It was a baby doll you put water in so it got heavy and
yeah.
it felt like a real 7-pound baby.
We're like,
and then
that
you would
was your baby
carry it,
sister,
and then it would
Britt.
pee out of it and you had to change the diaper.
That isn't. You had that growing up?
Yeah, Baby Alive.
Yeah. No.
I remember seeing them, but we couldn't afford them.
Right.
I had like a
$15.
leftover My Buddy doll that my sister was like, gross, this looks like Chucky. And then I was like, I'll be its friend. And I literally am so terrified of Chucky, and I swear I saw that doll move.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, there's a demon in that doll.
I had a lamp post in my house that I pretended to date.
Okay. That's very like Mary Catherine Gallagher
I'm
of
just
you.
saying, it's like you can find toys anywhere,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Well, I remember the ones that came to life, like the Furbies or those robot dogs would annoy me so much by the end.
Furbies were
I
so
would
annoying.
hide them. I would hide them so they would like, you won't die. And I would like hide it deep.
I would lock them in closets and throw them.
Because I feel like they would never die, and I discovered them like years later, like the Furby I left like
That's
maybe
terrible.
I would
alive.
take my
Yeah.
Furby's batteries out and it would still cry.
See, I didn't figure that out, but I feel like I just shove it in somewhere.
I don't need that in my
My favorite were action figures. I had my Lord of the Rings action
Yeah.
figures.
Oh, yeah, those are great.
I
play
had my
with all of them.
Barbies hook up with G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
Oh, I made my Barbies hook up at Ninja Turtles. Oh,
I made some of my Barbies hook up with some of my other Barbies.
yeah.
Well, That's fun.
Really progressive. It's like,
My Barbie just hooked up with Ken. I thought that was like what was supposed to happen.
Barbie's like
Deadlocks.
Barbie's like
Yeah,
each other.
monogamy
better.
is not
my
bad.
mom didn't buy me Barbies.
Yeah.
She was like, load your robot with the 8mm tapes and keep playing Scrabble,
She's
Brittany.
like, go learn something.
On a recent episode of Ellen, rapper Travis Scott revealed that he freaked out in the delivery room when his girlfriend Kylie Jenner gave birth to their daughter Stormi. Travis shared that the special day was both exciting and scary, but he did learn some facts about giving birth, like this thing called the placenta. Luckily, Kris Jenner was in the room to help him cut the umbilical cord. Thank God for Kris Jenner.
I think he called her like Mama KJ.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Mama
really
KJ.
Yeah. I watched this interview. You know, I don't have any feelings about the Kardashians. I genuinely like Travis Scott.
What?
He was so like personable and kind of funny and goofy, and I didn't know
I thought he doesn't talk.
I didn't know what his personality was like, but I think because Ellen has created such a safe space for the Jenner, Kardashian clan, he felt very comfortable there.
Yeah.
And so he was just really fun. I
Wow.
really enjoyed the interview. I don't know.
Oh my God.
2 cents.
I mean, I'm not surprised he was scared. I mean, he's 25, so if I was in that situation, I would also be scared. Like, what the fuck is going on in this delivery room? So I'm surprised he didn't know what a placenta was. Like, I roughly know what that is. But
What is it? I want to hear.
It's the thing. It comes out when the baby comes out, right? So, like,
What is
job
it?
though.
It's like it doesn't protect the baby, kind of like
contains all the
contains
nutrients.
All the
the nutrients.
nutrients for
Okay,
the baby.
I roughly knew. Okay.
People
Connected
eat
to
it.
the core.
People eat it. I know that.
Did you eat the placenta?
Hell no.
Okay.
Oh,
Not even in a
no.
capsule?
No, I don't do the capsules or the smoothies.
Okay,
You just
Like-
threw it out?
No, but when the people that keep it, they give you this like
Waste.
biodegradable bucket with like
would've
the
eaten it.
skull on it and the cross
Right.
because it's like, and they drop it in the bucket and you have to carry the bucket out of the hospital with you because it's in water.
Wow.
It has to stay moist, which is the worst word.
I would have
Yeah.
thought that would have been something you jumped on, like because it's kind of like, you know what I mean? How you
that hippie in California. Texas.
It's very
You're
like
like,
lifestyle.
You're right.
Not
You are from
placenta.
Texas, but you're always trying new things and
Not my
talking.
placenta.
That's where you draw the
She's
line.
not trying her placenta.
I did drink a little bit of breast milk. I have to say.
Oh, you
I
have
just
to.
wanted
That's
to
fine.
see what it tastes
We've
like.
all
That's
done
curious.
that.
That's curious. That's human nature.
Breast milk latte.
We would have all tried.
Yeah, we all.
I've tried breast milk before.
Whose breast milk did you drink?
Friends? Like, just a little bit, just to be like, what does it taste like?
Yeah.
Did you latch? That's a valid question. I'm just saying, did you latch? You want to get the experience, you know?
I drink it out of a cup.
Oh,
Like,
I
maybe
hear-
next time?
Yeah, I hear it tastes better straight from the nipple, right?
I would assume straight
My
from the
kids
source.
think.
Yeah.
It's like Fiji water, like
Yeah.
not touched by man until
beer on tap.
until
It's
like
like beer on tap.
oh beer on tap. Yeah, beer on tap, Fiji water straight from the nip. But also got me thinking about like imagine like because all the Kardashians flew down to be with
Yeah.
Kylie and also now on the show I think we're about to see Khloe give birth. Like imagine all the Kardashians in a delivery room. I bet the doctors, excuse me, can you stop taking pictures? I need to like get
Yeah.
the baby. Like
Well, there's cameras in there.
right.
There has to be at least 2 cameras in there.
I know, right? Were there? Did
there
you
were-
guys see the episode?
No, well, Chloe, we're getting ready for her to give birth on the show. So, and I know we're getting ready. But there was definitely a camera in there.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, could you imagine? Like, I would say no cameras.
It's
for
about
the
angles,
birth.
you know?
What if the baby doesn't like cameras later in life? Like,
Oh,
do you think
my
they're gonna
God.
be like kill all the footage that was ever been made of me?
I
One
think
of
it
these
might
kids-
result in angry children.
Yeah, one of these kids is bound to like hate
Right.
the spotlight. So,
Well,
no matter
Kylie
what.
Jenner says that she hates the spotlight and she doesn't like cameras, and she's the most iconic one.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
the most visible.
She's
one.
become the most
Yeah.
famous one.
Well, it provides you with a lifestyle, so you have to sort of reconcile the
Right.
2, right?
What do you guys think about the Stormy baby name? Because they had like Stormy and True and Shy, Chicago, right? All back to back.
Yeah.
True Stormy Chicago. I feel like it could be a sentence, sort of like.
Right. Oh yeah.
It was a true stormy
There is-
night in Chicago.
It's like Mad Libs.
Yeah,
Baby
exactly.
named Mad Libs.
I actually like the name Shy. Like that's a cool name.
cute.
But Chicago is the name.
I know I don't love that, but I love Shy. That's a cool name. And well, Stormy, I think it got hijacked with Stormy Daniels. I'm sorry, she's not the most famous Stormy Daniels in the world. She's not.
Yeah, but that baby's so cute.
She-
Baby's really cute, but I'm sure
beautiful.
Stormy
The
Daniels
name
out there.
True, I think, is probably the least desirable name out of the 3. Don't you think True?
I don't like
know.
Chicago, but I like Shy. So I'm True doesn't.
How
seem
would
that
you
bad.
rank them 1 through 3?
Good.
Favorite
Oh,
to least
good.
favorite.
Least favorite is Stormy. My most favorite is Shy, and then
I guess.
True is neutral.
Yeah.
It's
same.
hard because you want to have an original name for. I think it's nice to give your kids like an original,
Yeah.
and cool name,
Yeah.
but then it's like you go too far on the.
Where did your guys' names come from?
Oh, good question.
Nowhere. My name was the third most popular name in 1985, and that. Thank you, Britney.
It was clearly
Spears, for
popular.
killing- Yeah,
In 1986, it was the
and
third most popular name.
It's
and-
like 40% of this panel is the name Britney. So,
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
I
For
was
me-
born in an alley.
We all have origin stories, Allie. You know, you never know.
Lucas, my mom liked Lucas, but also it was with a K. That was a big thing because they thought it'd be called Luke, and it was the more German European way to spell it. Anthony's my middle name because my grandmother needed an Italian name in the name, so Lucas Anthony, and then Tim's my last name. So that's kind of
Yeah.
they just like the name Lucas. I've not met a lot of Lucases, especially my age.
Oh, I know a ton of Lucases.
Really?
Yeah, I
only met,
love
like-
the name Luke.
Yeah, no, it's a cool name. I only met like 2 or 3.
Did you think about going by Luke?
A little bit. I went by Lukey when I was little, but then when I turned 7, I was like, that's a kid's name. So I told my teachers, like, I'm Lucas now. And then Luke, only a select few of like people who know me forever call me that.
I'm imagining Lukey hula hooping.
Lukey was a hula hooper. Yeah.
My mom worked at the post office started when she was pregnant with me and retired just recently, like 2 years ago.
Oh,
and
that's why she named you Stamp.
That's why my nickname is Postage. It's weird, but it's a family thing. No, she called me Brittany because she saw it on a piece of mail and she thought it was really original, and then turns out it was like the most
Third most
popular
popular
name
name
in the
in
country
the
at the time.
mid-80s.
But I'm named
It's
because
just
of a
every envelope she saw said Brittany.
Oh, this is a cool name.
What were the
sign.
names you had most? We had Ashley, Brittany, Lauren, and Jennifer.
Jessica.
Jessica and
Oh,
Jennifer.
Jessica.
Those were like the
Very
80s names.
Where'd Shannon come from? Shannon's pretty 80s too.
Yeah, I guess so. It came from my Puerto Rican mom was like obsessed with her mother-in-law, and she like had just came from the Shannon's airport and had like a bag that said Shannon's River on it, and she was like, Shannon.
Aw.
And I'm like, this is the most Irish name ever.
Pretty sweet though.
Yeah,
It means
it's all right.
something. I don't know, it's better than Brittany.
I don't have any meaning behind my name. There's no reason why they chose
They
it.
just liked it.
When I named my kids, I was like, they're gonna have a meaning. Like Ansel's after our favorite photographer, and his middle name's Jackson when we got married, and Austin's like we're in front. Like there's like
Cool.
over meaning
What's
now.
Austin's middle name?
Austin Eames after the designer. Like they make the Eames chair. Anyway,
Yeah.
we have a design thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they middle and first name both have meaning.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Because I was shafted as a kid.
Well, you know what else has meaning in the name? The Rockettes.
Woo!
And now it's time for today's guests. Jackie Aitken and Sagan Rose are 2 of the legendary Radio City Rockettes performing in the iconic Christmas Spectacular. Since 1933, the Rockettes have created holiday memories that last a lifetime. And this year, they're adding new costumes, dances, and more to the classic holiday show. Everyone, please give a warm Build Brunch welcome to Radio City Rockettes, Jackie and Sagan.
Oh my God.
Nice to meet you. Lucas, nice to meet you.
Allie, nice to meet you. Hi, Allie, nice to meet you.
Hello, ladies. Go ahead and take a seat. Welcome, welcome.
I think,
We're gonna awkwardly sit over here together.
You're used to high stepping. It's fine.
I think this is the most starstruck I've been with guests on the show. Like, I'm really actually
Like I
starstruck
knew they were
right
coming
now.
out, and then I saw the outfits, and I was like, oh my god.
We always show up in sequence, right?
So obviously we know it's iconic for us, but I'm sure for you guys, it's probably feels amazing to put on these uniforms, outfits every day and perform. So I want to know for each of you, what does it mean to be a Rockette?
Wow, that's a loaded question. I mean, it's the coolest job ever. I've been a Rockette for 10 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
How
been
old
doing
were
it for
you
a
when
while.
you started?
I started when I was 18.
Oh,
Yeah.
God,
So it's been a while, and it's so legendary. And I first saw the Rockettes. My grandma brought my whole family to New York for the Macy's Day Parade. So that's when I first saw them and fell in love with them. And I turned to my grandma and said, I want to do that when I grow up. And here I am.
did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
This will be my 5th season as a Rockette, and I'm actually from Australia. So to be here really is a really big leap and a dream. To be living the dancing career here in New York City, where dreams are made of, sometimes it's like hard to find the words. And like throughout the season, you really have those like pinch me moments where you're like, wow, I'm here in New York City and I'm a Radio City Rockette.
And even though the show's been going on for decades, you guys are continuing to make new additions and changes. So what can we expect to see this year?
Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, the show's been around since 1933, so a very long time. So we like to stick with tradition. So we have our numbers like the Parade of the Wooden Soldiers, which has been around since 1933, and a few other, the Living Nativity. But this year we have a brand new finale scene that we're really excited about. That really is a beautiful combination of the innovation of drones, using that and then blending it with our dancing, and we're actually on stage dancing with the drones for part of the number, which is pretty interesting.
That's scary. Like if one falls on you.
It's a little weird.
At first, but now we don't notice it. And there's 100 Intel drones on stage. They're making
100?
100. They're making these beautiful patterns and shapes and forming all these, like they circle Santa Claus on stage, and all just to reveal us, the Radio City Rockettes, where we are performing our brand new finale number. We have these beautiful new costumes that have been designed by Emilio Sosa. He's a Tony nominee. So it's really exciting this year that having this new finale number that is following our traditional Living Nativity scene. So you want to make sure you get your tickets at rockettes.com/Christmas, or if you're in New York City, come to the box office at Radio City.
So is this a new thing that the drones are being added, or does the show evolve like this every year?
We add different things each year. This is the first totally new dance number we've added in probably 4 years, I want to say. So it's very new this year, and which keeps audiences coming back, and you're going to get something new. But also, you know, if you like the traditional, you're going to get that too.
Yeah, and every year we have something new and exciting, and it's always a different experience. Last year we had Obscura come in and do whole new digital projections over the whole 8 prosceniums of the famous arcs in Radio City, and this year they have been updated again. So wherever you are in the house, there's 6,000 people in the audience, you have an immersive experience, really feeling like you're part of the show. So every year there's always something new, aspects digital, choreography, dances.
And can you tell us what's the process for becoming a Rockette?
Well, there's some requirements. You have to be 18 years old, and then provision in jazz, tap, and ballet.
Okay, great.
Back in the day.
Yes. And between 5'6" and 5'10.5", which I'm actually the shortest. Well, we say less tall.
Okay.
I like
Not
short.
short.
Are you 5'6"?
There's no short Rockettes.
Barely 5'6". Yeah.
Oh, you
And
have to
she's
be
the tallest.
at least 5'6"?
Yeah.
And that changed over time. Originally, like it was like between like 5 feet and 5'6" or whatever, and then the Rockettes got taller, right?
To my knowledge, I don't know
Maybe
how
when
many
they first
years.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in 1933.
Right.
But now it's 5'6" to 5'10.5", and I'm on the taller end. I'm 5'9", and then we have Sagan
I'm
at the end.
Is it how you look the same in the line?
Yeah, so that's the secret. We once we're all in line, they put the less tall ladies on the end, and then slowly get taller towards the center. So we all kick eye high. So from afar, it looks like we're all kicking the same.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
kick eye high.
Exactly. The whole illusion, we're all the same.
Yeah.
What is your favorite number to perform?
My favorite is the Parade of the Wooden Soldiers. I just think it's really cool. It's very simple, simplistic, but it's actually really hard for us to do because it is so precision-based that if one girl is, you know, one step ahead of the line, it kind of ruins it. So it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But I think it looks really cool.
Do you get mad at people backstage if you're like, you were one step ahead? Like,
No.
is there like some drama that
No,
goes
and if
down?
anybody, it would be me because I'd lead the line. But no, we're all super supportive of each other, and it's a really hard job.
Yes.
We work so hard and for long hours, and during the holidays we miss our families and our friends. So we're all a big team.
Yeah, so tell us about that process and how challenging really it is to be a Rockette.
So we do up to 16 or 17 shows each cast. So there's 2 casts.
A week.
A week, that is, sorry. And there's 2 casts of 40 women because it's such a high demand. We split into 2, and we're there through Christmas, through Thanksgiving, we're working. And we go through all the sweat, all the sore bodies together, but it's also rewarding. And leading up to it, we rehearse for 6 weeks, 6 hours a day, 6 days a week, leading up to when we open. So it's a very vigorous process, but that's what makes it so beautiful and so unique, and what we all love to strive to be and to do.
And that really is the best part. I mean, I've made my best friends because I've spent 10 years with these girls, and I haven't been home for Christmas or Thanksgiving in 10 years.
Wow.
So do you have your own Rockette Christmas?
Oh, yes.
Wait,
Yes.
can I come to that? Like, I don't know.
Come on over.
I can decorate it for you.
What do you guys do
That
for
would
the
be amazing.
What do you guys do for the holidays?
Well, if we're performing, they provide dinner for us at Radio City. But then for instance, I have Thanksgiving Day off this year, but I will be in the city and do a Friendsgiving with all the girls.
Yeah.
So nice.
I will be doing 3 shows that day.
What do you do in like May? When like are you teaching dance? Are you?
Yeah. All
Okay.
the girls do different
Yeah.
things. We have some lawyers, some accountants.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So dope.
Yeah.
That's
I did not.
We're busy. We keep busy.
wow.
Busy,
But yeah, dance teachers. A lot of us are performers and just do other shows
Yeah.
or gigs. Yeah.
And throughout the year, and especially summer, it's busy because we have the Rocket Summer Intensive, which is a week-long course where students and young ladies inspired to be Rockettes can come learn choreography from us. And a full fun circle is that I actually did the Rocket Summer Experience, and then now here I am teaching summer the whole
Wow.
intensive. Yeah, so it's really cool. And over summer we have that.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I remember I went to the Christmas Spectacular Radio City Rockettes when I was like 5, and then when I was like 15. Loved it both times. Maybe loved it more as a teenager. But I've always, it's such a fun show and experience, and so classic New York in such a great way. But you guys kind of mentioned it, which it's so, have been dancing your whole lives, and like this was always kind of a dream, and some women are accountants and dancers. Like, how does it all work?
Well, a lot of us did start when we were young. I started when I was 4 years old dancing, so I've done it my whole life, did the whole jazz, tap, ballet. And for me, coming from Australia to lead here, I did a Rocket experience when I was a little young teenager where you learn from the Rockettes, and then my dance teacher, I started getting tall, of course, and my ballet teacher's like, you might want to think about becoming a Rocket. I'm like, that's impossible. It's New York City. How am I ever going to get there? A few years later, it was still in the back of my mind, and then here I am, did the whole experience and just really fought for that dream and prepared myself.
Yeah, and that's what we like to instill in the girls that come take our programs, because I'm from Kentucky, small town, and I had this dream of moving to New York, and I did, and you just have to follow through with what you set your mind to, and we like to instill that in all the girls that come and dance with us. So.
Well, your guys' passion, I think, is what keeps crowds coming back every year. I can't wait to see the drones. I'm going to buy some tickets and check that out. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And you can check out the Christmas Spectacular starring the Radio City Rockettes from now until January 1st. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same table.